Guys, what is going on? It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys here. We are. So, guys, hold on. Tomorrow, guys, we're going to have an interview with a friend of mine. He has a channel. And we're going to talk about, Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate and Red Pill and all this other stuff. So yeah, guys, that'll be tomorrow. And he's a cool guy. He's trying to grow his channel, and he went viral like 3 years ago because he cooked Fresh on their own stream. So guys, we'll go over that. So guys, look for that tomorrow. Keyshawn's here. Super's here. What's up, dude? Steve is here. What's going on? Guys, these chicks are cooked. These old broads are cooked, right? Here, guys, let's break some news first, shall we? Okay, here we are, guys. You guys remember this case that happened during COVID, guys? I mean, during the cough. Ugh. There I go, being stupid. Yeah, you guys remember this?
As part of our Indie Unsolved series last year, we told you about the investigation into the killings of two friends heading home after a night out. Murder charges have now been filed against the suspect more than 3 years after this happened.
Fox 59's Scarlett O'Hara spoke with one of the victim's sisters who say there's still a long road ahead to closure. When people pass like this unexpectedly and in such an awful way, everybody says, oh, they were such a light, but these two really were.
Olivia Brown's sisters describe her friend, Darian Wiley, as a gentleman, walking Brown to her car after a night out when they were shot in cold blood. Both families spent years without answers. Only surveillance video investigators believed showed possible suspects in hoodies following the pair.
It's very difficult to be trapped in this space where you don't know what's going to happen and it feels like there's no justice and the world just passes you by.
Wait, this is the wrong story, guys. Sorry. You guys remember that that one OF chick that deleted her boyfriend? Yeah, guys, this is the wrong story. Sorry, guys. But let's do this, though. Here you go. Watch this.
That's right. Now, they filed a notice of claim, and in Arizona, you have to file this notice and give the department 60 days to respond before filing that lawsuit. Now, this all stems, though, from a fake 911 call known as swatting. Now, this 24-year-old's life has changed forever. His attorney and a retired FBI agent saying this was all preventable.
See that, guys? So, guys, the whole swatting thing, that's crazy. That's not a prank and it's not funny. People get someone's address, right? Call the cops. The cops come in all crazy, Guys, that's nuts.
You're told from a young age,
believing in the system.
We want to be able to go to them for protection.
If you're in trouble, call the police. And that's what 24-year-old Axel Melendez did on April 8th.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Axel is a video gamer. He had been hacked.
Melendez's attorney, Dave Sethi, says Axel called 911 saying he could soon be a victim of swatting, blackmailed by a stranger overseas for money.
They're saying that they're going to call the station and say that I have a bomb and stuff and come to my address and stuff like that.
The police tell him, don't worry about it.
No, it's okay, but they can't, nothing's going to happen.
And 2 days later...
Hey, is this Axel?
Yes.
Hi, okay, you said that your father shot your sister?
Look at this, guys.
At 5:40 in the morning, a 911 call from someone posing as Axel Melendez reporting an active shooting. Pima County Sheriff's deputies arrived at the Melendez house, thinking a girl had been shot.
Axel is justifiably relying on the promises that the police gave to him.
In this body camera video from that response,
look at that.
A deputy breaks a back window into Axel's room. You can hear Melendez in the video screaming for help. His mother also inside the home calling 911, the two not knowing who was breaking in.
And he gets his family's legal registered handgun and he cowers behind a door hiding.
You can see Melendez hiding in the closet, not pointing the gun at the deputies, but that's followed by multiple shots.
I walked towards my son.
Damn.
He was on the floor. Walked towards him. He said, "I love you, Mom."
His mother, Carmen, watched as her son bled on the floor.
Axel did everything right. Less than 2 days later, they show up and betray every promise they made to him.
The bullet struck various parts of Melendez's body, leaving him paralyzed from the chest down with a T4 spinal cord injury.
Damn, look at that,
unable
guys.
to walk.
At the end of the day, the ultimate
Bold sign, bro. He didn't know. Bold sign. Listen. Someone called and said that there was like a hostage situation at his house. He didn't know who was breaking into his house, bro. They just kicked in the door. He didn't know. And I didn't hear police, police, police. Did you? You know? Red door, how you doing? Raise eyes here. Yeah, bold sign. Any other time you would be correct, right? But I didn't hear them identify themselves. Bold sign. Imagine that you're just sitting in your room, in your drawers, you know what I'm saying, playing a video game. All of a sudden, someone kicks in the back glass door. So someone breaks the door to your bedroom. All of a sudden, you got two dudes with guns coming in your in your door. You grab your pistol too. You know? Come on, man.
responsibility is by the criminal who swatted the victim. But law enforcement has to rise to the call and look at crime is changing.
John Iannarelli, a retired FBI special agent, says from the current information, there was a misstep. And as swatting calls become more and more frequent, responding law enforcement needs to take the minute to think before reacting and to check to see if this is a known swatting target. A life lesson you learn from a young age.
We tell our kids, find the helpers in your community.
Melendez now regrets putting to use.
Yeah, so Axel and his mother are asking for a total of $320 million from Pima County Sheriff's Department and also Pima County. Now, right now, the county and the Sheriff's Department have 60 days to respond to this. We have reached out to the Sheriff's Department today and his office, and they said right now the sheriff does not comment on pending litigation.
Cooked.
In the newsroom tonight, Austin Walker for Arizona's Family.
Cooked. Right, guys? Absolutely cooked. Now, guys, here, let's get into the topic here, right? Guys, here. Now, guys, this is obvious, right? But we're going to play this anyways. Watch this, guys.
A new study from the National Institute on Aging finds women are living longer than men.
You think?
In 2023, the life expectancy was 84 for women and roughly 79 and a half years for men.
Look at that.
But the study finds those extra years come with greater financial insecurity, loneliness, and exposure to ageism. And to talk a little bit more about that, we're joined now by...
Look at the crypt keeper right there. Oh, no. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Guys, I want you to type cook in the chat if you agree. The moment that these chicks start talking about ageism, they're cooked. Cooked. Cooked, right, guys? Cooked. I gotta clip this. Oh,
after refusing
here's the ponytail patrol
to buy a ticket. And
Hold on.
Oh, no, I did him.
Of course, she has to call for backup, of course. But anyways, anytime that a woman starts talking about ageism, guys, they're cooked.
Michelle Porter, the director of the University of Manitoba Center on Aging. Dr. Porter, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about aging and ageism. What are some of the forms of ageism that older adults are facing in our society?
You mean older women?
There's several different forms. One is benevolent ageism. Another is hostile ageism, kind of the opposite. Then there's cultural ageism, institutional ageism, social networks.
BS, 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 and BS, guys. That's all. Someone said, is that even human? You guys are savage today, dude. You guys are savage. Look at that.
City boy! City boy!
Guys, hit the like button on the way in, please, guys. Drop a couple super chats. That's always good, too. You know what? I mean, always appreciated.
And internalized ageism or self-directed ageism.
Please.
Let's talk a little bit about the differences between benevolent and hostile. How are those experienced by the people who are, living through this?
So sometimes for the people that are
guys, what do we always say? So when they say people or society, they mean women. When they're talking about men, they say men. Put a 1 if you agree. Oh yeah, guys, is she using dial-up? Like what is this right here? Is she filming on a flip phone? Mr. Smith, how you doing? Moto, how you doing? Captain Palsy, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you guys.
Being kind of that patronizing, helpful person, they actually think they're doing a good thing for an older person. So they are trying to help them do things that perhaps they can just do themselves and they don't need any assistance with. So this is a kind of a tricky one because people actually think they're doing a good thing. Hostile ageism, this is where people know that they're actually being quite negative towards older individuals. So an example here would be the boomer remover hashtag that occurred during the pandemic.
So is this ageism experienced evenly, or are there differences, depending perhaps on the senior's socioeconomic background or other factors?
So certainly the experiences that someone's going to have are going to be shaped by their cultural existence, the ways in which they've existed in the world. And so, yes, the research is showing that, for example, women experience ageism differently. It combines, so many different forms of discrimination can combine with ageism to kind of compound its effects. So women may not be viewed as being as competent, and you combine that with ageism, which doesn't necessarily view people as being as competent. And so you've got a compounding effect there. Women are held to different kind of physical standards that men are when they're aging as well. And certainly people's financial situation might also affect how someone is actually treated.
So what's the impact, do you think, of all of that discrimination?
Well, the consequences of ageism can be quite great, particularly the internalized form of ageism.
As any type of ism, we're at the point of where that's just straight BS. Racism, sexism, all these isms are all just crap. Complete crap, guys. What's the point? It doesn't even mean anything anymore.
And so it could mean that people's health isn't as good. It might mean that they're more socially isolated. And in fact, longevity has been shown to be affected by someone's perceptions of aging. So individuals who have negative perceptions of aging, it can kind of end up having a bit of a cyclical effect. So if you think that aging is very negative, that there's nothing that can be done about aging, then you're less likely to engage in health behaviors that are going to be good for you and more likely to engage in risky health behaviors. And so that can all have very negative consequences.
So is there any way to like counteract this discrimination?
Well, at a societal level, I think we have a lot more to do. There's a lot of aspects of ageism that are quite socially acceptable, whereas other forms of discrimination wouldn't be. So, you know, the negative jokes about older people, for example.
Oh, now we can't joke about old people, please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I told you guys, the one thing that women want to do is tone police and police people's language. Steve, what's up? Inside the squared circle. How you doing, guys? Good to see you. Cowboy Bebop, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Christopher, what's up, man? Andre, what's up, dude?
So we do need to have more awareness of the fact that ageism exists, the negative consequences of it, so that we can start to do things about it, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in government policies, or just how workplaces treat individuals as they age, or just within social networks.
Well, certainly not an issue that's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Dr. Porter, thank you so much for...
Guys, now, guys, where does this ultimately end up? All right, let's see who this ultimately ends up here. Guys, watch.
Out of a home and onto the streets, a Rockford woman shares her story of becoming homeless in her 60s.
But WIFR's Nathaniel Langley learns her experience is the latest in what some call a senior homelessness crisis.
Guys, homeless in her 60s. Cooked.
Daniel, Sydney, the homeless population of adults is rapidly growing, more than any other age group. Rosemary Bookert finds herself in that category and isn't sure how to get out.
I've never been homeless, so we're kind of like lost. I never thought this would happen. You know, I don't think a lot of people imagine it could happen to them.
We do, right, guys? Us guys do. Put a 1, guys. If you think about this every day, right? Not in like an emergency way, but there's a little voice in the back of your mind telling you, Keyshawn, Tim Hicks, Captain Palsy, Steve M, inside, Mr. Smith, you got to get stuff done today, or you will be out in the street. Us men have that masculine burden of performance, and those words are in the back of our minds all the time. Even guys that are doing really well. We realize that if we do the wrong things, we can end up in the street in a heartbeat. Now, even though, you know, the more money you have, you know, the less probable that it is. Clearly, you know. But guys, women honestly don't think that this is happening. They're sitting there Forrest Gumping their way through life, you know? It's an absolute joke, guys. I don't feel bad for them. And you shouldn't either. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Here we go. Okay.
Misfortune landed Rosemary Bookert on the streets of Rockford.
We were staying with his parents.
After her boyfriend's parents died, Bookert says his brother sold the home they lived in.
We didn't give us much notice, about 2 weeks at most, and you can't find nothing in 2 weeks.
Rose claims disability checks and her boyfriend's seasonal income aren't enough to cover housing.
And the shelters are full.
That leaves one option for the 66-year-old.
More or less just been sleeping on the streets.
Oh my gosh, you need help.
Jennifer Snow with the Northwestern Illinois Area Agency on Aging believes seniors are distinctly vulnerable to homelessness.
Especially when the economy's changing. And right now the cost of housing is sky high.
The National Alliance to End Homelessness reports adults older than 55 are the fastest growing group of homeless people.
We have a lot more seniors calling us looking for subsidized housing, knowing that they're going to lose their housing.
Snow believes more shelters and federal funding could calm the senior homelessness crisis.
So our taxpayers' dollars, guys, our taxpayers' dollars need to go help these absolute dunderheads. Look at that.
Then Naya is a resource.
But we can help get people signed up and into Medicaid. We can help them with applications on the avenue to get into HUD housing.
Rose hopes to find a home away from concrete or cardboard in December.
There's just days where it's kind of hard. You wonder what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day.
Rose thanks anyone who's checked in on her in recent weeks. She especially credits strangers for bringing groceries or blankets to keep her from the cold.
Snow says Naya is ready to assist anyone in need of services or support. You can reach the agency by contacting the email you see at the bottom of
Now, guys, I know. You guys' arms are so sore from playing the violin. Guys, it's not your problem. It is not your problem, guys. It's not yours. It's not mine. And guys, once again, the reason why these chicks are so lackadaisical about money because they ultimately expect one of us to swoop in and
here I come to save the day.
Clown world. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this right now, guys. I'm gonna do this right now. Let's do the advice, okay? I'm gonna give you guys some advice. Where are we here? Let's just do this part now, okay? Let's just do this. Guys, why would you I know there's guys in here that are 19, 20, 25, 26, 28, all the way up to 75, 78, 79. You guys have spent all this time setting yourself up to where you're successful or you're gearing up for success. Your life is peaceful, or if you're younger, less chaotic. Why would you divert your resources, your time, or your effort to any of these dunderheaded broads who made their bed, right? They made their bed, and now they're sleeping on concrete. Oh, right? You know what I'm saying? But why would you do that, guys? Why? You guys remember the story of the grasshopper and the ant? The ant is sitting there working and saving up for the winter, and the friggin' grasshoppers out there rolling doobies and smoking dope and playing his guitar and acting stupid. And then though a winter comes and the grasshopper, let me in, and the ant's like, hell no. Guys, be the ant. Don't be the grasshopper, man. Seriously. Guys, you should treat yourself like you're a dragon, like you're Smaug from friggin' The Hobbit. You guys are sitting on your treasure, on your gold, and anyone who comes in there, guys, you better light them up, dude. Protect it with your life. I'm telling you guys, everyone thinks dragons are bad. Nope, they're good. They hoard their gold. You know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing that you can do is hoard your gold. Oh! But yeah, guys, this is not a joke. This is not a game. This is not funny, okay? The last thing that you need to do is take everything you've built and throw it away. You're not a superhero, guys. You're not. It's not up to you to save these 304s, guys. Guys, if Jesus can't save these 304s, you can't either. Guys, Scrooge McDuck, he had the right idea, man. Swimming through his money. His number one dime. Come on, man. Come on. And guys, anyone who says that Kevin, God of the Sea, Inside, Mr. Smith, Setha, Dante, anyone says that all of us are selfish, guys, tell them one thing.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Because unless they're funding your lifestyle or writing the check, they can't say a damn thing about how you live. Guys, I'll end here. We have to draw clear battle lines between ourselves and these absolute dunderheaded broads.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die. On these shields, boys.
And guys, this includes, guys, because we're going to talk about all the penalties that happen when women waste their youth, right? Because guys, these chicks, they end up not being fertile, right? Guys, last thing, if you hear me, why, guys, in the chat, what's the number one reason why women get married? Why men get married? The number one reason why the majority of men get married is children. If you are with a woman, guys, and she either can't or won't give you children, guys, all you got to do.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Guys, you're out of there. You're out of there, guys. You're out of there. What's the point? These women are either on your train or they're not. Or you're, guys, monk mode, passports, right? And if you choose to date, guys, they need to be on your train. They're not. Oh, yeah. Guys, I'm not having kids. Nope. I got the snip and everything. No, thanks. No, thanks. But yeah, guys. So, guys, hit the like button, please. You know what I'm saying? Let's, let me check the likes. You know? We've been doing really good with the likes as of late. Yeah, guys. So, yeah, guys, let me pull this quick clip up here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. So, guys, check this out. Let's go here. Let me share my screen. Yeah, guys, my advice, this is just stuff that's worked for me. That's got me to where I am, you know. Pretty successful guy, you know, doing good. I could travel. I could, stay home, drink beer, chill, watch sports. You know what I'm saying? I live a great life. So, guys, here you go. So, guys, this is Jeff St. James, friend of the channel. You know what I'm saying? And he interviewed this chick who's she is an anti-feminist. And she's gonna talk about when women run out of time. She's gonna talk about these women who wait for too long. Watch.
35 and up, they're cooked.
Next 3 years. It's interesting because they see the value in men as workers, but they don't see the value in men as human beings. They believe they're worker bees or ants in a way. And I just want to tell young women, like, did you know that the bar is actually super low for you to be able to be marriageable? You have to be respectful, and not respectful in like a submission type of way when you're dating, because that's preserved for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be a respectful person. Just don't talk down to people. Don't be rude. Don't be a cow to people, and just be nice. And then don't be 50 pounds overweight, and just be generally pretty, because most women are genuinely pretty, but they
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
No, most women aren't genuinely pretty. You know what I'm saying?
wreck their bodies, and they wreck their hair, and they get tattoos, and they get septum piercings. You just have to be nice and pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And the chances are, if you intentionally locked in and said, I want to be married in 3 years, you would do it. I firmly believe that if women actually, you know, between the ages of 20, even younger, maybe even like 18 to 27,
Mm-hmm.
decided I'm going to date intentionally and I'm going to get married in the next 3 years, 99% of women would be able to do it because they're nice and they're pretty.
I'll throw a little, and I'm glad you mentioned the age bracket, because there's a whole lot of women. I'm gonna be generous and say 35 and up. They're cooked. It's over. It's over. It's over. And listen, what I mean by that is, if you don't take advantage when you have your reproductive years still ahead of you, when you're not your youthful looking self, your most fertile self, and you're trying to find men that want that, and you can't provide certain things, you're competing with the Gen Z now. You know, we got women in their 50s.
I tell you guys all the time, this is the first time in history where 45 and 55-year-old chicks are trying to compete for all of the same men as 25-year-old chicks. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on. That's just not how it works. That's not how it works.
These 40s and mid to late 30s that are still trying to compete with
All
women.
flirting with the same guys.
Yeah. And I'm like, and this is the other piece that I think that a lot of these ladies actually don't know. When you say all these different women are saying that, where's all these few men, who has the leverage in the dating market?
Yeah.
At that point, your vagina doesn't stand out anymore.
Yeah.
Your
What does Tom like to say, guys? Treat women like buses. They all have the JJs, and there's a new one coming along every 15 minutes.
or your hair, your makeup is cool and all, but like, what distinguishes you from all the other things that comes as a base foundational product? Like, everything that you're pointing to that you think makes you so special, if you're not nice and feminine like the stuff that you were, and leading with those things, you're just like most of the other entitled women who also want the best of the man that they can get. And I'm like, if you act that way, where you're oblivious to the leverage and the actual numbers, I'm going to argue when these ladies say, where are all the good men? I'm going to say, maybe they've seen you already.
Yeah, maybe maybe you passed them up when you were having that upgrade mentality, looking for someone better when you were younger. And again, the last thing that I want to do truly is condemn older women who maybe have been tricked by feminism. I understand how fragile and delicate it can feel when you genuinely feel like there are no good men. And guys probably won't ever fully understand this feeling of like, in your core as a woman that you are not the one who is supposed to be protecting and providing for yourself. You know that the God-given unique talents, abilities in your body, the way your body was even made to be able to bear, even made more than an older
here you go
to bring life forward. And so nothing in this world really breaks my heart more than an older woman who is still unmarried, who can't figure this out, who thinks that if I just keep building my resume, then maybe men will be impressed with me. And if I keep honing the perfect archetype that I want, if I keep my standards so incredibly high that it's impractical, and now she's like 30 or 32 or 35, my heart breaks for that woman because
not ours, right, guys? Not ours. Nope. Guys, you guys remember on the Grinch when his heart was all gnarled? That's us, right, guys? Because they expect us to care. Shit. They got us messed up, guys. They seem to not know who the hell we are, right, guys? Guys, type "don't care" in this chat. Guys, we don't care. Guys, it's 2026, gentlemen. We will not give a damn, gentlemen. We will steel ourselves to their tears, and their victimhood mentality will point and laugh. So say we all, gentlemen. So say we all. Let's go. Let's go, guys. So say we all, guys. So say we all. This is not a game, guys. It's game over. These chicks are going to walk up to Christopher Jordan here. Christopher, I'm 35, 45. I have 2 kids. Will you take me on? Christopher says, game over. He's going to reject her so fast. Oh, Moto Prospector, will you take on me and my bastard kids? He said, nope. Nope, not happening, guys. They're just such victims. These poor women who've been fooled. And now they don't know what to do. Please. And this happens everywhere, guys.
Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Underneath all of that incredible resume is like a woman who desperately wants to be loved and desperately wants to relax into
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
a relationship that provides her with the peace, love, and security that she's been looking for in everything else. And so, there are women that definitely do it to themselves and some women who are completely entitled and delusional. And yes, we've seen all of those ladies on social media. But also there are women who just haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
And they're getting to a point where it's almost getting too late. And I never want any young woman to get there. I am so passionate about.
Good luck. This chick, she's cooked. If she honestly thinks that these chicks are going to listen to her, if she's trying to actually teach them about, hey, look, you need to shut up and get on a man's program, all she's going to hear is,
I'm going to kill your bitch ass, bitch.
And a little bit
I'm going to kill you, you fucking whore.
Trying to help young women find good husbands and get married quickly and love the life that they build with someone so that they don't have to feel that desperation. And because why? Feminism thrives off of that desperation because it comes in and it says, actually, you don't need a man. And actually, this is better for you to be alone and independent. It's like, it's so predatory. And it takes advantage of women in this desperation, hardens them in it, makes them bitter, and feeds them so many lies that they can't unravel it in time to get the romance that they've dreamed of. And I'm not saying that happens to all women who are over 30, but we see this story happening and we see the headlines of I'm 60 years old.
Guys, hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Drop a couple super chats in there. You know what I'm saying? You know? That would be nice. Someone had said, hold on, that young women want to be with other young women. Guys, here, check this out. Whoever said that, shout yourself out, because the chat's going pretty fast. So yeah, guys, check this out. Watch this.
The rumors are true, and I will tell you this as a therapist firsthand.
So basically, a lot of straight women are deciding to ignore their own attraction and pursue dating women solely because they've had bad experiences with dating men, not because it's something.
Look at that.
Lesbians. Lesbian. Lesbians. Lesbians. Lesbian. Lesbians. Lesbians. Lesbian. Lesbians. 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 Lesbians.
They'd rather go to the tuna buffet. Guys, these modern women are the most pathetic creatures on God's green earth.
They're genuinely curious about, not because it's something they really want to try, but because they're dating a woman instead of a man. That's going to be such a better experience that they won't have to experience most of the things that they've experienced dating men.
Men have hurt them, they've caused them PTSD, they have let them down so badly that they would choose to kind of maybe ignore or put aside their attraction, romantic, sexual attraction to men, to pursue even a sliver of an opportunity that they could find love, belonging, connection, chemistry with a woman.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's really not how it works. There are tons of videos that I could pull up for you guys right now about women saying that they thought it would be so much easier, and then they tried dating women and they realized that a lot of the same problems they had dating men, they also have dating women. There are women who are F-girls. There are women who are not over their ex. There are women who kind of manipulate you and string you along and lead you on. There are women who only want you sexually. A lot of the same problems exist in the queer community as well. And I also made a video about this on my YouTube, and I called it Straight Women's Solution to Being Used by Men is to Use Women. It blew up on IG. A lot of people are commenting on it, and they didn't even watch the video, unfortunately. Basically, what I talked about in that video is that a lot of those straight women will enter relationships with women, and then they'll treat them the same exact way that they were upset that men were treating them. And it's even worse because their heart really isn't even in it. So their desire to be in a relationship with you is pretty contingent on you being the perfect partner, and you have no room to slip up. You have no room to make any sort of mistakes because they already put you on such a high pedestal. They don't put men on, and especially because they're actually attracted to men. They actually want to be with a man at the end of the day. And then also it's like these straight women will enter into relationships with women, but they never think about whether they could actually meet that woman's needs. If you know that you're not really attracted to women at the end of the day, or you're way, way, way more attracted to men, you could actually see yourself only settling down with a man. You're only dating women because you've had so many bad experiences with dating men. Do you really think that you're going to be able to meet that woman where she is? What if she really falls in love with you and you enjoy the way that she's treating you, but you know that you can't really fall that deeply for her at the end of the day? There are just so many issues with this, and that's just touching the surface. So let me know what you guys think. Bye.
The rumors are true, and I will tell you this as a therapist.
Cooked. I told you guys. I told you, guys, these modern women, guys, type demons. in the chat. They're demons, guys. They're absolute demons. They are, you know?
They sold me a lie. I'm alone. I'm childless. I'm miserable. And that is just the most grotesque way to end life as a woman. We were made for community. We were made for relationship. We were made for romance. We were made for love. We were made for children, to be loved by our children as well. And a woman who doesn't get to live that life, my heart just is shattered for her.
That's your own
truly.
fault.
Listen, this is why you're considered a saint compared to some of us out here.
Oh my gosh, I would not say that.
Because
yeah, so guys, there you go. Now, guys, what age do you think that this starts creeping in, right? What age do you think that these chicks start realizing that they wasted their youth? Right? What decade? I mean, what age do you guys think? Guess in the chat. You know? So I would say it starts to creep in right at 28, 29. But when 30 hits, guys, their whole world comes crashing down. That's when they finally start to understand, guys, they're not getting the free drinks anymore. They're starting to have to pay for their own vacations. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it works, guys. That's just the way that it works. 30, guys. 30 is the combination of the Hollywood wall, the fertility wall, and the dating wall. I think 30 is the big one. When these chicks start turning 30 is when they actually realize they're cooked. Here we go, guys.
There are a lot of things that I wish I knew when I was in my early 20s. I'm 31 now. Particularly when
That's a rough 31 right there. Good God. Look at that broad right there, man.
it comes to dating men, and this is one of them, okay? Do not make it convenient.
Wait, this is not one. Here you go, guys.
I'm afraid that the girls who are in their mid to late 20s who have been single their whole lives have either graduated to dating or being in a relationship. And I'm like, no, there's not many of us left. Genuinely, I am so happy for them. But there's like a few girls that I follow who openly talk about, you know, being single their whole lives, and they're around my age, like 25. And now they're posting content about like going on dates and like, surprise, I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, oh.
Wasn't expecting that one.
I'm almost to the point where I can't really see myself with anyone. Like, I'm so content being single and by myself that I'm almost getting pickier about what I want, because the person really has to just add to my life. So there are some days where I really just don't care about the fact that I've never had a boyfriend before. But then other days I really do think about it and I'm like, wow, I'm 25 and I've never been.
So she's already there. She's speed running her way there.
My name is
Sorry, guys. Sorry for the jump scare. Look at that. Good God, guys. Look. Look at that.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Lou, and I'm turning 30 in 33 weeks.
That's a rough 30 right there. Look at that, guys. How old do you think this goofball was?
And I am not ready to be 30. And when I say this, I don't mean I'm not ready because I'm afraid of aging. That's not at all what I'm saying. Every year is a gift. I'm totally fine.
You guys know what she is saying, right?
With aging. Trust me, I got married at 24 and have 2 kids. I'm okay with aging. I've ran towards aging. What I mean is, I feel like someone who's 30 should know their style, should have certain things about them that they have solidified, like their taste in clothes, how they like their house to look. And I know that people change their taste as they change with time. I just would like to enter my 30s feeling so much better about myself, my style, what I like, than I feel right now. So let's see if I can do that.
Please don't.
I'm turning 30 in 4.5 months, and I have absolutely nothing to show for it.
Guys, here. Let's just repeat this, shall we?
I am turning 30 in 4.5 months, and I have absolutely nothing to show for it. I have an okay job. I haven't really moved up in my career at all. I honestly don't like what I'm doing. I don't have a place of my own. I don't have a brand new car. I have a really shitty old car. It is paid off, but still don't have a partner. I haven't traveled the world like I wanted to. I haven't figured out what I want to do with my life, and I'm getting so stressed out, and it's just like this pit in my stomach where I'm finally realizing, getting out of this emotional autopilot that I've been on, that I need to make some big moves and big decisions to be able to live the life I want to live. Because again, I'm 30 in 4.5 months, and I know the 30s are supposed to be your best decade yet, and 20s is all about learning experience. But girl and boys, I'm still figuring it out. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know who I want to be. I just know that where I am sitting currently is not where I want to be next year. And the idea and thought of me being the same person really fucking stresses me out.
Guys, look at that.
You're a bum.
That's all she had to say. Guys, we need to start seriously calling these dunderheads what they are. Works a shitty job.
You're a bum.
Hasn't accomplished anything.
You're a bum.
Lives with her parents.
You're a bum.
Look at that, guys. She's a bum. She's an absolute bum. And all these other chicks, I'm turning 27 next month and I feel so depressed. Haven't been so scared my birthday ever. We're all near 30 and just lost. Please. Look at that. Look at that. 28 and you described my whole life. All these chicks are cooked. Look at that. I turned 33 months ago. I still live with my parents. I hate my current job. My car is old. I've never had a boyfriend. I'm still trying to work on my career. It really sucks feeling lost, but you gotta trust these things to work out. Please. Cooked. Bums. All of them. Useless. Useless bums. That's what they are. Look at that. Here we go.
30 next week, and I turn 30 next week, and social media is giving this overwhelming pressure to do something big. I see people on my feed going out of country for their birthday, or they host these like really cute themed birthday parties. I'm not saying I don't want any of that. Like, I've always wanted a yacht party for my birthday, but that's just not
a yacht party for her birthday. What are you?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Are you dumb? Why are they so stupid, guys? Why? What? Why? Guys, stop and take a second and hit the like button, guys. You know, that's the 304 button, guys, because it's free and it's easy. You know what I'm saying?
happening anytime soon. I'm just saying that I'm still figuring my life out, and I just don't feel like doing any of that right now. Society kind of pressured us to do something big for our 30th because we're supposed to have everything like figured out, but honestly, like, I don't. And social media is always showing highlights, so that's another factor.
Guys, when Asians are saying this, you know we're cooked. There's no reason why this chick should be a bum. She's Asian. Asian chicks are the most desired when it comes to dating and marriage in the West. That's just how it works, right? Guys might bang freaking blonde B-dubs or Hispanic chicks, but when time comes to actually settle down, all the dating apps, all the data say that black, white, Hispanic, all guys want Asian women. So how is she a bum? How?
So I just want to say that 30 is just a number, and if you feel like you're late, it's okay. Go at your own pace, and you're not alone.
Look, you're alone, you bum. And I'm telling you guys, all these chicks are all broke. When you see chicks like this and the other chick guys,
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
Rajai, thanks for the 2 jewels. Pause. Right?
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
I'm scared of everything.
Look at this.
Explain that.
Why I'm scared to be 30? Okay, I'm scared to be 30 just because, like, I don't want to be old. Like, no,
I take no offense.
shade.
No.
Because, like, me and my friends, like, we go out to the club or whatever, and there'll be, like, someone obviously in their 30s, and, like, they're, like, looking at us, like, look at these hoes. We're like, bitch. I don't want that to be me, like, you know?
One day you guys are going to be my age.
One day.
Oh my God. It's going to...
I'm scared.
Wow. Talk about a flock of hens. And guys, you see? Guys, I would say 304s are dumb, but they're not stupid. They say stupid stuff, but they're not dumb enough to believe it. I mean, they say dumb things, but they're not stupid enough to believe it. These 6 know that they're the young, hot things, and they look at the old broads in the gym and judge in the club and judge them. And they know for a fact that that's going to be them soon. There's a new crop of 21-year-olds coming up every weekend. And guys are going to stop simping for them, buying them drinks, all this other stuff, right? Look at that. Look at that, guys. This is probably the most honest that we've ever seen these modern women be, guys. The most honest. Look at that. Here you go.
Okay, I've said this once, but I'm going to say it again. The reason some of you are terrified of turning 30 is because you don't have a single friend that is over the age of 35. You haven't read a book in years. You haven't been to your local library in years. You haven't done any sort of volunteering specifically with older people. You don't talk to older people. You literally don't. You hang out with people, the same people at the same bars, at the same clubs. You go to the same places in your neighborhood. You don't leave your neighborhood. You in general do not interact with people that are outside of like your demographic. You're not curious about like the experiences of older women. You just get on the internet and let the internet tell you that you expire when you're 25, or the only interaction that you do have with older women is the older women that are coming online, and they're either saying like really negative things, or some of them are saying really positive things, but you can't control sometimes the algorithm and like what's being fed to you. Like, I have a hard time believing that women that are actually approaching the age of 30 are genuinely scared to turn 30. I think it's like,
please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
They're terrified, guys. They're terrified. Because I don't think that some of you guys realize the depths of symptom that a lot of guys will go to. Just simping. Guys, there are girls I know who would go out with just their ID. No purse, no wallet, no nothing. And they would get free drinks, free food. It's crazy. Insane.
I think maybe this is something that men think mostly.
Oh, there we go. Of course, guys. Of course. Of course. She had to blame it on us, guys. Of course. Of course, guys. It's always our fault. It's always men's fault, right, guys?
Have to be literally so ignorant and like have never had an interaction with a woman older than you, and like have never like read a book or like done like you essentially have to be so the opposite of curious and like intellectual to genuinely be scared of turning 30, because it like actually makes no sense. It actually makes no sense. So if you're watching this and you are approaching 30 and you're a woman and you are scared,
Look at these SSRIs, man. Look at this Zoloft stare. You know what I'm saying?
You have nothing to be scared about. And you should go talk to an older lady. I'm telling you, make friends with an older lady in your apartment building or at the gym or in your Pilates class or something. Like, I think this is a piece of advice just in general. Like, you should have friends of all sorts of ages, all sorts of backgrounds, all of that. I mean, I think that's just good advice in general, because it will offer you so much more perspective than what you currently have. But especially if you were like even somewhat scared.
Retarded.
Well.
Ah! I keep forgetting this people. I'm so sorry for the jump scares.
Silly Jedi, silly Jedi.
Jesus Christ, I'm scared myself. Good God, dude, you're taking up the whole screen. Holy moly, look at this. Guys, nothing good can come out of this dunderhead's mouth. Because we all know that enough stuff goes in. Oh! Oh no.
Tomorrow is my birthday. I will be 29, which means
Tomorrow's my birthday, man. I eat birthday cakes every day, so I decided to order 5 this time. Maybe this time I'll stick with some pies. What a joke.
this will be my last year in my 20s. Just thinking about the fact that I will be 30 next year just don't sit right with me. You know what I mean? It kind of puts like a bad taste in my mouth.
I bet she has a real weight on her shoulders. Oh!
Now, I'm sure being in your 30s isn't all that bad. But I kind of feel like I'm going through this life review of the things that I've accomplished in life and the things that I haven't accomplished in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm not where I need to be or where I wanted to be when I hit this age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought, you know, growing up as a kid, just seeing these adults that were in their 30s, you know, they just looked like they had it all together and just knew what they were doing. And yet I feel so lost, and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Man, you're annoying. Oh my gosh.
Like, am I going through a quarter life crisis right now?
No, you're going through a quarter ton crisis. Oh! Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I'm done. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it to myself. You know?
Cooked.
But does anybody else like kind of like feel that way?
Cooked. Cooked, guys.
39 and single, and today I was supposed to have a first date, but he canceled.
Now, guys, okay. I saved this one, guys, because here, this is where they end up. It's right here, guys. This is where they end up. Okay? I want you to listen to her story. Okay? Watch.
39 and single, and today I was supposed to have a first date, but he canceled. So let's talk about dating in your 30s. I think we're in your late 30s. A little bit about my dating history. I've never been married, never been engaged, no kids.
You don't say, right, guys?
Well. And I've only been in love once. It's been years since I've had a serious relationship.
That turkey neck, guys. Ugh.
I do want to get married and I still want to have kids. I recently joined Hinge again. I just decided to take really the last year off of dating. Side note, I've been taking Rogaine because I want to grow more hair, and it works.
Being back in the dating pool with honestly a really fresh mindset, I've learned a few things about myself and better understand what I'm looking for. I've learned that very high on my list is someone who's driven and has ambition, intentional with everything they do. I just find that to be a very attractive quality. On the flip side, when it comes to me, I've learned that I need to relax. I get in my head really fast, really easily. And so I've tried to just start really enjoying dating and enjoying the dating process. And I don't know if it was the mental flip or that I just had a good couple dates, but it's helping. I'd like to say a few things. I think that when you are in your early 30s, especially, you start to feel that panic of like, I have to meet someone, I have to have kids. I want to encourage you to relax and enjoy your life. I promise you, you have more time than you think. Obviously, I am not naive to biological limitations, but I will say that I am just really happy in this phase, despite the fact that I do really want to have kids.
Guys, okay. Does she look like she's happy, guys? And do you see how she just said, yeah, the biological stuff, But then she said she's happy. Come on, guys.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Does this sound like a happy person? Guys, hit the like button, guys. I'd appreciate that. Look at this. Look at that.
Welcome to my bankruptcy deck.
That's for another day. Well, guys, here we go. Look at this. So, guys, let's look at the lives of these 30-year-old chicks, right? When they hit their 30, they're single AF, and they're all by themselves. Check this out, guys.
Okay, let me tell you guys, I'm putting a filter on because I just feel so ugly right now. I'm going to tell you guys the worst part about being single, and it's not the fact that, like, you know, I'm, like, alone, whatever. It's literally the fact that I just had to clean this whole fucking apartment by myself today. I unclogged my drain, okay, which, to me, I really don't care. It's my hair. I can give a fuck less. Unclogged my drain.
Listen to the mouth on this broad.
Vacuum mopped. I just fucking sat down for 2 hours and then I had to cook fucking dinner for myself. And then, on top of that, I have to do the dishes. Do the dishes on top of that. I had to take out the trash. I had to, like, go through my...
Oh, you had to take out your own trash. Poor baby. Oh. Look at that, guys. They want credit for just being adults.
My fridge and throw away the old shit. I know one day I'll look back at this and be like really sad that I don't live by myself anymore, but right now I'm like, somebody help me, because I fucking hate this shit. At least with a roommate, she would take out the trash and she would clean the apartment sometimes. But by myself, I have to do all this alone. Obviously, it's not that big of a space, but still. You're missing the point if you're like, it's not that big of a space. No, I have to do it all by myself.
Someone says, with that attitude, I can see why you're alone.
Today is my 30th birthday, and I'm trying not to want to, like, you know.
All right, guys, that's copyright music. There was one more where they're
This is for the single girlies to feel seen and understood, because I think I just realized that a big part of the grief and sadness that comes from being in a single season is not being able to plan for the future. And I'm not talking about like a 5-year, 10-year plan. I'm talking about like 2 months from now, 4 to 5 months from now, 6 months from now, because it feels like everyone in my life are making these plans and moving forward in a way that I just feel stuck, because I am forced to be in a season where I do have to take it one day at a time. I mean, I can have these plans and dreams and hopes for the future.
Yeah, see the victimhood here? She's forced. She's forced. Please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
But the reality is that as someone who desires to be married and combine my life with someone else, like, I can have these dreams and plans for my future, and then I can meet someone who has completely like different dreams and plans, and then we have to kind of come to a middle ground in a way. I have to take someone else and their own opinions and thoughts and dreams into consideration versus it being all of my own selfish desires and stuff, because that's kind of what marriage is. So yeah, I think I'm just currently struggling with not being able to make these even short-term plans, but I know that this is a huge lesson in living in the present, focusing on life one day at a time, because tomorrow's not guaranteed anyways. But I just wanted to share that because I think it was like a realization that I just had with a friend where I'm like, oh, I don't even know that I was like kind of grieving that in a way. Does that make any sense? This is for the single girlies to feel seen.
Guys, she's all yours. She's all she's all yours, guys. You know? What a joke, guys. This is what they asked for. This is what they wanted, guys. You know? I don't feel bad for him. Maverick, thanks for the jewels. Pause. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
Hey guys, this chick's not bad looking. She's not. You know what I'm saying?
Here are the lies that are.
She's not a bad looking girl. How did she get to this age and end up like this? It's because she's probably a demon.
So 2 weeks ago, I flew to London, England for my younger sister's civil wedding ceremony, and I realized I never updated you guys on it. I did create a YouTube vlog. I've been posting on there 3 times a week.
Cooked, guys.
This is for the single.
Hold on, guys. We'll do one more, and then, guys, we'll get into the here you go.
As someone that struggles with loneliness in my 30s, I want to try.
I struggle with loneliness in my 30s, governor. I don't have a boyfriend, governor. I hit 30 and nobody talks to me. What do I do? Hey, guys, we always say English chicks age like goat milk anyways. You know? You know what I mean? No men want me. What am I to do?
And explain a feeling that I get on a Friday because I can't quite articulate it, and I'm hoping that somebody else knows what I'm talking about. I feel like when I finish work, I look forward to finishing work. It's not that I don't want the weekend or I would rather be at work or whatever. It's more like I feel a bit like a spare part during the weekend because during the week I have a purpose. Like, I'm not saying I don't have a purpose at weekend, but I have a place to be. I'm at work. I'm part of a team. I have a sense of belonging. Even if we all hate it, even if we're all bitching about it, I still I'm still part of something. But then when it gets to a weekend, as much as I have friends and I live with my parents, so I'm not fully on my own.
Of course you do, right? Right, guys? Of course she lives with mommy and daddy because I told you guys once again, we have to call these idiots what they are.
You're a bum.
That's how it works, guys.
That's a long story in itself, but it's not that I'm on my own in that sense, but I just kind of feel like a bit of a spare part. So I don't have siblings. I don't, like, all of my friends, I see them regularly, but I'm not an essential part of their life. So, like, there will be weekends where they're doing stuff with their family or their siblings or their other friends, where I'm just kind of here, just kind of floating around in the background. And it's not like I'm not just waiting for people to go, oh, come and do this with us. Like, I'm not a shit friend. Like, I still make plans with people, but it's just on the weekends where I don't have plans with them, I'm kind of just like this spare part in the background. And it's not like, you know, when you have a relationship and you're part of that person's daily life, if you know what I mean. I don't have that, and I don't particularly want that at the minute. Still healing from the last disaster of that, but I don't know whether it's normal to feel. Is it normal to feel like this? I don't know, but it happens to me every week. I used to get it when I was in my 20s, but I thought that was just because I didn't really want to go out drinking with everybody because that's not really my thing. Whereas now in my 30s, seems to have reached a
this chick, English chicks age like goat milk, dude. Guys, in the chat, I want you to put all the things that you'd rather do than hang out with this dunderhead. I live with my parents, Governor. I don't have any good friends. They don't love me. It's everyone else's problem but mine. Please, come on, man. Come on. All these chicks are cooked.
So I'm kind of going through it today. And nobody talks about how lonely it is always being the single childless one in the room.
Look at that. See, guys? See? She usually talks about how much she knows. Oh!
I'm so tired of sitting in a room full of my peers and having nothing to add to the conversation as they talk about their family.
I really hope that this isn't copyright, but I don't think it is.
And their children. I can't relate to that. And I'm so tired of hearing when I get upset about being single and childless.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. See, guys? For all these strong and independent chicks that are out there, right? All these chicks that are claiming that they hate the patriarchy, right?
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
All of them are secretly just like this shit. Guys, hit the like button, guys. Let's try and hit 100 likes, and then I'll drop the link to come on up. Guys, we have 106 people watching, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Thanks for the super chats and the jewels. I appreciate those, guys. Let's try and get more of those as the live streams go on. All right. Let's see. Thanks for the 250, my friend. Thank you.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
I'm so tired of hearing, oh, well, you can do whatever you want. You have so much freedom. Or, oh, well, being the fun aunt is the best. It's not. It's not. I don't have anyone to come home to at the end of the day.
Hey, guys, she's all yours, man. I told you guys, they expect us to feel bad. Guys, come on.
Shit. I don't have anyone waiting for me. I don't have anyone who thinks of me first when something happens to them. I don't get celebrated. There's no equivalent to bridal showers and weddings and baby showers for single childless people. Nobody celebrates the milestones in our lives.
Isn't it funny, guys, how us men, we're happier in the bug in a rug single? Guys, I need you to put a 1 in this chat if you know at least 5 guys that are married to some battle axe that would love to be part of a male loneliness epidemic right now. You know what I'm saying? A guy who knocked up some broad lied about being on birth control, and now he's stuck with this broad because he did the right thing, and he would kill to be part of a male loneliness epidemic and be free of this broad. Come on.
And the worst, probably one of the worst parts, is that I feel like I'm not allowed to grieve the life that I thought I would have.
Please.
Because when I try to grieve, there's not an acceptable, there's not an acceptable way to grieve.
Shut up. Look at this person says, I'm 34, single, no kids. I hate it. other single people telling me how great it is to be single. Please. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Every time that I hang out with friends, I'm reminded that it's worse. Please. Now, guys. Okay. So here, let me put Bianca on really fast because I gotta go to the restroom really fast. Here you go, guys, and then we will talk about what really happens when these chicks wait too long, guys. Okay, because what happens is that they wait too long, and then the biological clock starts ticking, and that biological door closes, and they're cooked, guys. Here, I'll be right back.
You got me fucked up, G. What? You're gonna say, this bitch didn't pass because X, Y, and Z. What? On your fucking state of mind?
Tell me when you're done, so I can explain this to you.
There we go.
Keep your feet together.
Yep.
Hands directly at your side. You're gonna follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only. Okay. Do not move from this position.
What if I cry?
Follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only.
I hear you. On your discretion, that's what you got? Because I'm following your tip, fool, and you didn't like done 5 or 6 times
With your eyes
already.
and your only. Follow the tip of my pen with
Yep.
your eyes. Well.
What, because my eyes can't go that far? That's why you're fucking docking me, fool? Fool, well, you had that shit way the fuck out here, fool. Go. Go.
Instructions.
Because it's not up to your part? That's why you're pissed? I don't...
Follow the tip of my pen.
All right. Well, then...
Follow the tip of my pen.
Yes, babe. I learned how to follow instructions because of my man. He used to beat the fuck out of me. I didn't
Keep following the tip of my pen.
Okay.
Oh, Bianca, you never let us down. All right, let's go back to the... Okay, now, guys, check this out, right? Because I have some stuff to say. But guys, this chick right here, you guys know that I say that when a B-dub is the voice, a reason, we're cooked. Okay? Now, guys, this chick is being honest. Right here, watch.
I don't even know why I'm sitting here crying. So I just saw one of a friend, and she recently shared that she was struggling with fertility. Oh God! And I think the thing that's so fucked up is that as women, we spend like our teens and our 20s trying not to get pregnant.
Yep, that's true.
Trying to like wait for the right time. Well, not me. I had a child at 17.
Of course you did, right? Right, guys?
Well. Not me. But we spend a lot of our youth doing everything we can do possible to not get pregnant, to avoid falling pregnant out of wedlock, for several reasons, for society, culture, religion, and just for the fact that it's frowned upon, full stop, right? And I had my son when I was 17. I chose to keep him. I made that decision myself. I wasn't influenced by anybody. I didn't even have a conversation with anybody. It just, that was my choice at that age. And as 17 years later, as a grown adult, I'm not dating. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. I am.
You're cooked.
Single to stupor, right? And I just always think, I just always think about just like how shit it really is for women, because you spend all those years avoiding getting pregnant. And then, unfortunately, when you are in a position that you want to have a baby, you're settled down with the love of your life. For some women, it just doesn't come that easy. And this is the same.
Because you waited too long, you dunce. What are you talking about? Guys, and here's the thing. Can I please say this too? Guys, it's about the age of first marriage. I'm sorry, of first pregnancy. A woman can have a baby in she's more likely to have a child in her late 30s and early 40s if she's had a baby in her 20s. It's better for the baby. It's better for the mom. It's just how it works. That's the one part about this whole thing that they're not talking about. They act like, oh, women are just putting. No, there's a difference when it comes to maternal and what's it called? What's a pediatric maternal health for women that are first-time mothers at in geriatric pregnancy, and women who have had babies. In the same way that the wage gap, quote unquote, is between women who've had kids and women who've never had kids. Women who have kids earn as much, and in a lot of cities earn more than men from ages like 18 to like 34. That's how it works. But instead, they always blame us men. Guys, the dumbest thing that a broad can do who wants to have kids, right, is to wait to have them. And guys, I don't want to hear this whole, the costs, the situation, because on Earth and even in the West, the poorest people are having the most kids anyways. If people are saying in the West that they can't afford kids, that means 80 to like 90% of the world shouldn't be having kids because they live at below what our poverty level is. I would say it would be like more like 79%. But if they're saying that they can't afford kids being middle class in the United States, that means most of Brazil, most of India, most of Vietnam, most of Laos, that they shouldn't be having kids, correct? No, it's BS. Because in the U.S. right now, what we think is affordably having kids is what was a luxury lifestyle when I was growing up. Trent, what's up, dude?
I'm just listening to this, and
a question for you. Trent, let me ask my question.
Okay, shoot.
Unmute. Can you please describe your life or what the average family's lifestyle was growing up when you were young? Because you were born in what
I was born in the early 60s. All right.
Okay. So when you were young, what did you see families have as far as like a regular? Let's not talk about like middle class. As a regular family's life, what did you see?
Look, in the 70s, there were no microwaves. There were no VHSs. There were no lots of the electronics that you see weren't around. The Walkman wasn't until much later. I mean, you played with manual games, no electronics. Those things just did not exist. All right. And yeah, food was less expensive. But let me tell you, in the 70s, we had inflation and high interest rates. I mean, we had both the oil shocks of 73 and 79. Mm-hmm. And they just made life hell for people because, you had all the big factories were shutting down and getting beaten out by the Japanese because of low quality. There was just a whole lot of strum and drang. I mean, in the industrial Midwest was shutting down in the 70s.
Yeah.
It was a shit time to grow up.
But here's the thing: you're older than I am. But guys, I remember my family. We had one car. for the longest time. I remember when my mom we got a second car, and when my mom had a car. Guys, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the early 90s, guys, people lived cheap. I look at these like Hispanic immigrants. So where I used to live in DC, right? There was like, Guatemalans and El Salvadorians, and you see like the dad worked on a road crew, the mom cleaned homes. They lived in an apartment, and there was like 5 or 6, 7, 8 of them. They had one car, but they were living. They would probably go to Value Village for clothes, but they were raising kids. Their kids were going to school. You know what I'm saying? They were a family. What is this whole Kevin Samuels had these moron chicks call in and be like, well, I want to be able to travel internationally once a year, and I want my kids in private school. It's like, dude, all right, let's cut the swearing down, all right? But
I'm sorry,
guys, like, how many times did your family go on vacation growing up, Trent?
We didn't do vacations. My father was in the military. Our vacation was a 30-day change of station where we drove from one Army base in the United States to another Army base. I moved 20 times before I was 18 years old. I went to 3 different high schools. And vacations for us were, we stopped for a couple days, maybe at like a park. I remember us stopping off in Vicksburg because my father wanted to see the battlefield there. And we went up on the battlefield and look out on the bluff and see up and down the Mississippi. I mean, those are things that I remembered. But that wasn't, a change of station isn't a vacation. It's you got to report to somewhere else.
Paratrooper, bro. I did speech therapy for like 13 years. Bro, this is as good as it's going to get. You guys should have heard me stutter back when I was young. Guys, so oftentimes when I do the show, I get tired or I get excited and my stutter comes out more. Guys, my stutter's not going away. This is as good as it's ever going to get. Trust me, guys. So for instance, when I'm concentrating now, you probably won't hear it. And there's techniques that I use to actually get my stutter down. Guys, there's 5 different types of stuttering. I do all of them, right? My brother and I both. Guys, do you see how I'm not stuttering now? Everything's just fine. I can talk and say a supercalifragilistic. Guys, if I get really excited about a topic or if I read out loud, it comes out more. There's nothing that I can do about it, guys. This is as good as it's gonna.
Pretty damn good.
Gonna get.
I barely notice it.
Yeah, people think I have an accent because when I'm speaking the way that I'm speaking out, there's certain techniques that I use to actually stop myself from stuttering that are kind of ingrained in my brain. But usually, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of twins have speech impediments. A lot of twins do. Yeah. So like we had friends, Alex and Andy, and they had they had lisps, and then we had friends, Aaron and Leslie, they were girls. They had the Elmer Fudd, the wee wee thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of twins have speech impediments. I always say it's because my brother and I's heads were bonking against each other in the womb.
I was a stutterer when I was young. I had
really?
Speech therapy. Yep.
Yeah.
Therapy.
I did therapy all the way from first grade to senior year of high school, and then a couple times in college, just because I had friends of mine who were majoring in speech therapy, and they were said, "Hey, can I help you out?" Whatever, blah blah. But yeah, guys, I've even gone across like. There's actual apps that give you like speech therapy things. I've done that, guys, and this is as good as it's gonna get. I can say that the strangest time for me is, so I get migraines, right? And they get really, really, really bad in October and November, and I think that it's the change of the barometric pressure. My stutter comes out. If you guys have been listening to my channel. Right around the fall, I'm a stuttering bastard. It comes out every single year. I know it's bad because I notice it. You know what I'm saying? And my brother and I will be talking to each other, and we don't get frustrated, but we have to realize, it's October or November or December. It's just those 3 months, and then it goes back to normal. Jeff St. James is in the house. What is going on, my
He's
friend?
here.
Good to
Yay.
see you. Good to
What's
see
going
you.
on?
Good to
Happening,
see
fellas?
you, my brother.
I don't know what's wrong. How y'all been?
Now, Jeff, we had reacted to your to the interview that you did with what's her name, Lily.
Okay.
Lily, yeah, and she was talking about. We'll come back to this clip, guys, because this clip here, this chick is saying, "Yo, like these chicks are waiting too long to have kids, and they get cooked." And this chick had a baby at 17, right? And she's saying that she's glad that she did so. But let me pull up your video here, right? Where she was saying that the saddest thing that she sees are these women who they run out of time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're and they get cooked because she's saying that there's a need that women have inside of them to actually, be married and be feminine. First of all, do you honestly think that these modern women, there's that deep down need for them to actually like want to be, let a man take charge and be feminine?
No. They resist it.
They're ideologically
hold on, guys. Hold on.
trained.
Yeah, I would say biologically there probably is somewhat of a need for certain things that they're rejecting, but it's because they have the resources and tools to prolong and reject it. I think if the tools weren't there, they'd be much more compliant. They'd be much more willing to give men what it is that they want and are looking for. But when they make their own money and, sexual liberation is what it is. And, they're kind of getting almost most of the things that they want. It makes sense to me that they feel like they can kind of hold out and demand what they do. Because honestly, I think there's enough simps that's probably created what we're dealing with for them to even go that prolonged period of time of like ego and stubbornness.
Yeah, well, I would say that these 304s are dumb, but they're not stupid. So they say dumb stuff, but they're not stupid enough to actually believe it. You know what I'm saying? Snowboard, you were saying?
Yeah, the mind overrides the body in this case, and the mind is influenced by all the propaganda that's been going on since
Amen,
60s
brother.
and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is.
People
Feminism turns these women into inferior versions of the men they want to marry.
Yeah, people think that someone had said once that that they don't think they don't think propaganda is as powerful as we say it is. Guys,
Horseshit.
Think of this. Think of this. You can propagandize people or brainwash people to delete themselves. That's how powerful brainwashing is. It overrides our basic survival instinct. And what it's doing now is it's overriding these women's basic survival. I mean, the survival instinct that keeps the species going. You know what I'm saying? Like women want to have kids. But Jeff, question for you. So she was also saying how, and I don't mean to laugh. I really don't. But she said her mission is to like wake these women up before time runs out. Do you what?
That horse left that barn.
How Herculean of a task do you think she had?
Mission
Bless her
Impossible.
heart. Like bless Lily Kate's heart. She, she is younger. She is Gen Z. I realize, and I think everybody that's doing what we're doing, most of us are pretty objectively aware that it's a dummy mission to begin with. So we're really focusing on like the small minority of ladies that kind of are able to learn and adapt in really, really fast time. The overwhelming majority of ladies, and I think I said it on the clip. I think it's like 30, 35 and up. They're definitely cooked. And because the odds are just not in their favor. They're constantly going to be competing with younger and younger women who can offer the things that many of these ladies are not going to be able to. I get what she was trying to say, what she's basically saying. I have hope that the same way she learned certain things, other women can learn it as well. I just think most women won't fully embrace the lesson until they have to, when time is forcing them to reevaluate things, not when someone's told them or shown them that this isn't the right move.
Can I jump in?
It's a kamikaze mission.
Hold on. Sorry, Seagrip, dude. I gotta
We're
get
out here building a new nation for black people. It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
I ain't giving these old slurs shiznick.
Secret, what's up? What's up?
What's going on? Jeff, my brother, I want to ask you a question because I want to allow your expertise. And so I'm Gen X. I was born in 1971. And, and I have a lot of female, close personal friends that are
God's name, why? Why?
Look, read my title. Simp to boss to monster. Their grandfather did. And, the funny thing, and you've mentioned something about until their biology. I remember back in 2021, 2022. I'm sitting at the kitchen table with a friend that I've seen her kids grow up from being newborns to 4 or 5, and now they're in their 30s and late 20s, and one was about to go into college. And I was trying to pimp him on some game in regards to dating with intention, knowing what you want. If you want to be single, that's fantastic, own that. But if you want to be a wife and you want to be, and it was mainly geared to the 17-year-old about to go into college. But like while you work, focus on your degree, focus on your education. But while you're there, do what these other chicks are doing. There's no reason why you can't leave with your BA and a RING.
Yeah, and an MRS degree.
MRS.
Guys, does everyone know what an MRS degree is? Guys, put a 1 in the chat. Does everyone know what that is?
You mean like become a Mrs.? Like
yes,
married?
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom used to laugh. Oh, these white women, they just go to college to get married. Nah. I said, so
Good.
you're laughing at a bunch of chicks who will, was it junior year? Freshman year and sophomore year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just letting freaking the basketball team, the football team, you know what I'm saying? All these dudes smash. And then junior year, they started hanging out around the medical school, the engineering school, the law school. And by the time that they're graduated, they're engaged. How is that a stupid plan?
As a matter of fact, I didn't go to my
very
first
good plan.
One at a time.
So keep in mind, I'm from the hood. So I didn't go to my first wedding until I graduated from college, where my white friends were getting married to each other. I literally went to 2 weddings within my first year after graduating from college. And that's why you, and Stillboard heard me say this many times, brothers, you need a couple of white friends because I did not.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, when I started,
man, I might listen. I agree, but I don't know if I'm gonna go swimming with them.
When we get pulled over,
guys, when I started the job that I have now, man, that was like 13 years ago, and I remember because we have a lot of girls that have PhDs and law degrees and all this stuff, but all the white ones, the Asian ones, and the Indian ones, they were all, like, we used to joke about all these women like starting and then having kids because they had got married either in grad school or like in their internships, or they would meet their husband either like senior year or in grad school, right? Because they were smart, saying this is the only time that they'll be around this many potential suitors, right? Yeah. Once you graduate from school as a chick, well, as anyone, you being around the opposite sex, those opportunities just go down all the time. So I would see everyone else except Keisha and them getting married and having babies, But here, guys, here.
But just real quick, so Jeff, my question to you is: I remember having this conversation with this table of women who they know I'm a good dude, they know I got a good head on my shoulder, and they know I got a good heart, and they know I got nothing but love for them. And I remember the mom who was 58 at the time.
How were you?
So much pushback. Huh?
How old were you at the time?
I was 53, 52. I just got back from Colombia. And so this is 2022.
And so
seeing all them kids he's got down there.
Well.
And so, and she's sitting back there and she's just fighting tooth and nail and calling me out. And so, and once again, I let it slide. But then next thing you know, a couple of months later, we're talking, and she's taking a real good. I'm helping her with her numbers, her investments, and she said to me, "I can't retire before 70 without getting a husband. I need a husband in order for me to retire."
Oops.
And I'm thinking, why the hell didn't you tell this to your 4 daughters instead of giving me pushback when I'm telling them, when you find a good man, good head and shoulder, high quality, about something, working towards something, get on his program, become what he needs, become indispensable to where he cannot imagine his life without you. And you come back at me saying, I'm not changing why I don't need no man. But now you're sitting here 2-3 months later. Did you have this conversation with them?
It's going to sound bad what I'm about to say.
Of course not.
But it's because a lot of women don't want their daughters to outdo them in the area of romance.
Bingo.
First of all, female intersexual competition is heinous. It's disgusting, and I'm currently working through this book from Simone de Beauvoir, The Second Sex, and just reading how a lot of these early second wave feminists came up with such interesting forms of propaganda and brainwashing to convince women to almost like attack and shame other women for wanting marriage, for wanting to be with a man, even the idea of wanting a nuclear family. Their goal was to want women to truly be socialized to not see the need for men. So this is multiple generations from when she wrote that.
Yeah.
So I just think that once they've made the mistake themselves and they've now dealing with the consequences of it, there is a segment of women that they'll want their daughters to do well academically, educationally, even financially. But they don't want, a lot of them don't actually want their own daughters to do the thing that they failed at themselves. Because again, that would be a reflection on, if my daughter gets it right and I was her mother, then that's a reflection of the life that means that clearly I was the common denominator in what I got wrong.
Yeah.
So it's easier for my daughter, my nieces, all the other women in my life to also be single, or also promote them to be single, so that I don't have to turn the mirror back on me. It's easier for us to look at each other and say what's wrong with the men. This is why Black women are married less than Black men, but still say Black men are, they're the problem. That's how they get there, because enough of them are struggling with the same issue that they feel like they can point the finger outward at men. So that's what I think is going on a lot of times.
This would be like saying, that you have one of the only pizza joints in town, and no one's eating your pizza, but all the other pizza joints are full. Well, is it the customer's problem, or is it maybe your pizza's trash? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jeff, Jeff, can I hold on, Jeff, can I hint them about what you have in the works? Speaking of a book. So guys, speaking of, someone's got a book coming out. Let's go. Jeff, you want to maybe just give a summary, and guys, I will drop the links so you can buy it, so you can get a copy of it once it comes out. But Jeff's been working on this for a while. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, the floor is yours. Plug your book.
I will say, man. So being like a lot. First of all, I was divorced. I've gone through the highs and lows like many other guys. I've seen the changes from puberty to building charisma to heartbreak and the whole nine. And I've noticed that most people in this space, whether they're red pill, pink pill, feminists, or some type of panderer, everybody tends to speak about the current dating market and relationships in a very binary way, where it's like, on one extreme, we got to go back to the 1950s, or in the other extreme, it's anything goes. There are no real standards relationally, and nobody should have any expectations. I think that there's enough diversity in relationship. I mean, in terms of the dating market now, where I think it's more so about alignment and less about everybody has to do one thing anymore. And I think that's really the biggest takeaway, is that I think that there's 5 unique different types of men and women that are currently operating in the modern dating market. And your job is to identify the kind or the type that you want and identify the type that you're presented as and how people see you. And you need to be aligned in terms of your ethics, your behavior, how you carry yourself, how you display yourself. You have to be aligned and ready and in position for the type of man or woman that you want, and vice versa. So, you know, I think a lot of times you hear it with all the ladies that have these very delusional standards where they talk about the type of man they want and they never think about what's the type of woman that he wants. And there's also a lot of men, I think, that engage in this space where I do think their experiences with women would change if they tweaked or changed one thing, versus feeling like, well, I'm not going to conform in any way. I'm not going to change in any way. I'm not going to grow in any way. And then wonder why they're 99% of their time is just bitching on social media. So I think there's something in between where I think that there's unique, different types of men and women. But the clear thing for me is in the book, once you identify the type, I'm also going to add the pros and cons of being that type. And that's the missing piece. There are pros and cons with every type of choice that we make, every type of woman that we select, every type of man that we try to get with. And I think that, you know, if we're more honest and objective about the current dating market, then maybe we won't be continuing to have the same debate 20 years from now about whether or not, a man is insecure about this or if a woman deserves this or that. I think if we get better, you know, with identifying what typically are you likely to have as far as outcomes, both good and bad, when you choose to behave and carry yourself this way or go after the opposite sex. Who knows? You know, maybe more and more people will realize that we could spend less time arguing and more time getting in alignment with the people we actually connect with. So that's my goal. So I'm working with the editor now, and hopefully soon, hopefully in August and September, I'll be announcing when the book release is going to be happening.
Let's go, man.
Congratulations.
And guys,
I think
if I could
every
just piggyback
archetypal-
on, if I could just piggyback off of that somewhere really fast. This is why I made the video about going bald earlier, guys. If you're going bald, guys, you aren't fooling anyone. Just shave your head, right? These guys don't realize they can't accept the things that they can do to actually present themselves better. Guys, growing out the back and smushing it forward or having a comb over, it ain't happening, bro. It's not, guys. And then also too, I was on Jeff's live last week, and I think Passport Bros had come up. Guys, if you're a dork who's crappy with women,
you're just going to be a bigger dork with more money.
Thank you. In Colombia or in Eastern Europe, guys, that's how it works.
Yeah.
People in the red pill, we are descriptive, but some of the prescriptors they market as just catch-all solutions, and they're not. This is why we always say to Jeff, myself, Dante, Seeger, Trent, we always say, be the best version of yourself that you can be physically, emotionally, economically. If you know that you're awkward, guys, there's soft skill courses that you can take, right? But like, there's things that you can do, but you have to be able to max out all of your skill trees or your experience points first before you actually start trying to blame other people. And that's why the whole incel thing and all of that, we falsely get called the kings of the incels. But that particular core group is the same as these feminists who claim that it's the patriarchy's fault. You can't fall into that trap. So Snowboard, you were saying?
Hey, go ahead, Snowboard.
Yeah, I like that book concept because when identifying any archetypal parallels, you have to identify any hoes and cons.
That was
AJ.
Hey-o! I see what you did there.
AJ. I'm gonna have to circle back. I'm gonna have to circle back and catch your bald video, but I keep teasing my wife. I should get a hairpiece one, and she says absolutely not. I love you bald. I married you bald. So I like you bald.
There's a guy at my gym, and he's black. He's older. I swear he has like a kid and play hairpiece. He has a high top fade hairpiece because his facial hair is all gray. His facial hair, he has a beard. It's completely gray, but his flat top is all black. Come on. Come
I call that the
on.
eraser.
You've been hoodwinked.
Eraser head.
Led astray. Run amok.
AJ, can I ask you a question?
Who?
AJ, Trent, I'd like to ask you a question.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm a data guy. Okay, that's where I came from. I look at black
Data
male.
mail.
So I look at black male.
You said data mail.
Well,
sorry, had to do it.
That was my day job. I was very, when you do quality work, that's very beta. If you want to get down to brass tacks, look, we have more middle class and upper class Black American males, 35 plus, than we've ever had in the history of our country. The whole passport bros thing was started by African American males saying, I don't like my local choices. I am going overseas. They were the trailblazers. They were the ones that do all the value added. And a whole lot of them are doing very well.
World War II.
Exactly. Just two quick things. So first, I just want to piggyback off what AJ said earlier. One of my mentors used to put it, in order for things to change, you have to change. And in order for things to get better, you have to become better. And so I think Tony Robbins.
I've heard that before. Na 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 na. Is that the man in the mirror lyrics? He's singing Michael Jackson over here secret.
Look, mentors come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. I can find look, the way Snowbird put it, beat it.
Guys, hold on. Since Jeff is here, check out this clip, because this is probably the most honest that I've ever seen. These knuckle dragging, vaping, SSRI addicted chicks. Check this out.
I'm scared.
Use her a lot.
Explain that. Why I'm scared to be 30. Okay, I'm scared to be 30 just because I don't want to be old. I take no shade. Yeah. Because me and my friends, we go out to the club or whatever, and there'll be someone obviously in their 30s, and they're looking at us look at these hoes. We're this old bitch. I don't want that to be me. One day you guys are gonna be my age. One day. Oh my god. It's
I'm sorry. Choices in life are getting older or dying. Older is better, damn it. Over to you.
These chicks are brutally honest. They said we all see them old hoes in the gym. Oh, sorry. We were talking about you though. But they know one day, Jeff, right, that those free drinks are gonna stop coming. That they're gonna start having to pay a cover charge. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you've heard it before where guys will say most women don't really start to wake up until they got to buy their own drinks.
Yeah.
And I think that's a legit thing.
True.
And I think the combo of men not showing up to singles dating events anymore as much. A lot of men aren't in churches where the women are assuming the simps would be. The drinks are being bought like they used to. A lot of guys aren't even clubbing and going to parties like that anymore because we're waking up and realizing how expensive it is. So yeah, I think that this is hilarious that they're saying this in front of her face though. They're damn near saying it like she's dead.
Yeah.
Understand that modern women are negative value added most of the time in all of their relationships with men. Me Too ended any sort of collaboration in a work environment.
Yep.
And it sure as hell, when you had all this gym stuff, right, gym creep stuff, blasting men left and right on social media, made most social interactions with women negative value added. Of course, men are going to shun women.
Well, but the number one place that people would meet their spouses, I think past 1985, was the work.
Yeah.
And now that's
Me Too
over. That's
killed it.
finito. Yeah. Jeff, have you ever had to work with a couple? And I know that you can't disclose details, but just in general, where the wife waited too long to have kids, or they're struggling with fertility, or the wife couldn't have kids and found out, and they were trying to deal with it. How was that as far as trying to counsel couples through infertility on the woman's part, whether it's she waited too long or it's naturally couldn't have kids.
Yeah, I've actually never had to counsel a couple specifically for that issue, but I know of people who kept kicking the can down the road. And I think the combo of like the propaganda of the rich celebrity women who are saying, you know, examples that they're having kids in their 40s gives this false impression that all these regular women are going to be able to A, afford that, and B, they're not being told the reality of how low the actual viability of those eggs by the time they actually use them, how low the actual percentages are of them actually working. So, you know, I've seen it. I've actually known people personally who they'll wait until 35, 36, 37 to even start trying to get pregnant. Or have children. So
And that's
a lot of this is
guys, hold on, one at a time.
You'll always have time. You'll always, you know, you can always kick the can down the road. And what it is, feminism only works if women don't believe time exists.
Yeah.
Because the moment that time exists and that it actually does affect you and you are a female, you're going to move differently. So most of these women that push this and kicking the can down the road is a combo of self-delusion, propaganda, and also just bad decision-making and choices where it's like, well, you know, you ran the streets in your 20s and in your 30s, you're trying to get more serious. And now the last 3 guys were horrible choices, or now you're operating out of trauma or fear or anxiety. And then before you know it, time has caught up with you. And then the last thing is then we get to the last pieces, which is them sitting in the car, recording the video, talking about, you know, what could have been and how they were lied to. And then the cycle repeats itself all over again.
Yeah. And then they get gassed up in their comments, but there's one chick here, and I'm trying to find the right one, and she's actually saying, "Look, you guys are like, it's nothing but toxic positivity. Like, there's actually here, this chick here, she's trying to say, look, we need to stop having all these girls gassing up these women in their mid to late 30s or 40s about having kids because it gives them an unrealistic view and it gives them false hope."
Well,
Right?
only women are doing that. So, you know, there's not a whole bunch of men that's running around telling women, yeah, wait till your 40s, wait till 44 to start trying to have a family. Like, no, most men aren't saying that. Most men aren't even having these conversations with them. So this is really a female issue. And again, women know biology. They know what's coming. And we know that they know that it's true because their actions start to change once they clear 30. So then they start moving radically different than how they've been moving for the last 12 years. So it's very, very clear and obvious that they're fully aware of it. They just believe that the risk of what they're trying to get when they're younger, with the type of guy, the excitement, the appeal, the guy that, you know, raises their both their anxiety, but also their interest. That's the guy that they're trying to aim for and cling to. And if it doesn't lead to and work, they think that risk was at least worth it than never at least trying on the front end. So it is what it is. They're fully aware of it. You know, I know that they claim that they didn't know, but I don't think the group that keeps saying they're so educated and college educated can get away with the excuse of not knowing that with time it gets harder to have children.
Well, okay, snowboard. Well, Trent already has kids. Okay.
Well, I just want to say Trent, it's ironic because they're egging each other on when they don't have any left.
Oh!
The only time they do cook is when it's their own eggs.
Look,
plus, they don't build their
women have
one other
between the
structure.
ages 18 and 30 to really lock down a man and have children, and it gets really blinky after 27.
Because even if they do it, the maternal and pediatric health outcomes are bad, and the kids probably yay anyways, you know. But snowboard, Trent, Seagrip, Dante, Jeff. This is a question. Okay. If a man marries a woman, right, and he wants kids, and she can't give him kids, should he leave? Yes or no?
If
biological
kids, yes.
Repeat it again.
If a man marries a woman, and for either naturally she just didn't know she could have kids, or she lied, or she waited too long, and he wants kids, is it okay for him to leave?
It's okay. I think it's one of those situations where I think there's a difference between a woman that knew and a woman who didn't. And I do think that we have to respond to those two types of women differently. First of all, most couples aren't aware of their infertility issues until they start trying, period, whether they're married or not. Most people don't get the genetic testing first. They don't do a whole lot of things to kind of know what their actual chances are on the front end. So most people, I would argue, aren't finding that out until after they're trying with someone or tried previously. So I think I would treat it differently. Now, with that said, just because she can't have it doesn't mean we can't have children. That just means we need a surrogate or we need to pursue other options. And I think that you would do that with the woman who genuinely didn't know and has some type of complications, or if he has complications. But women who you could find, if you have a way of finding out that she knew for sure, or she did something to her uterus where she already knew she couldn't have, you got to leave her. Brother, you walking away without having kids with a woman like that, run. That's as lucky as it gets.
You guys remember on The Sopranos, Christopher found out that Adriana couldn't have kids because she had a baby deletion. You know, she said, and they messed up her uterus, and she couldn't have any kids. And guys, I'm telling you, a friend of mine, I've told this story once before. If you're listening, buddy, you know who you are. He got divorced recently. He's an aeronautical engineer, PhD. He makes $250,000 a year. Met his wife, and then 6 years in, she said, "No, I don't want kids." She just didn't want to give him kids. And she honestly thought that he was going to sit there and have her get her way. And finally, he left. And she said straight up to his face, "I never thought in a million years that you would leave."
The number one thing with this space, in the red pill space, that's terrifying women is men realizing they don't have to accept bad behavior going forward. And I think that's the number one thing. Men have been socialized so long with just staying in misery and torment, and realizing that you're actually allowed to have basic expectations, especially in terms of reciprocity. I think that this is why women hate the space, is because this isn't even telling men to leave. It's like, if she agreed, listen, I'll take it a step further. If she takes sex off the table for an indefinite period of time, I view that as very similar as we went into this saying we were planning on having children. You say you don't want to have children now, so that means you don't want a monogamous relationship with me anymore. That's what that means to me. So you're changing the parameters of what I would have agreed to be in a union with you. So at this point, you're not worth the risk. You're not worth the hassle at this point.
Now you said, what was the amount? Wait, now you had a live stream and you had said that if a guy's not getting any for 6 months, 7 months, don't be surprised if he cheats or something, or if he steps out.
No. So
Yeah.
So I have 3 rules. My first rule is 2 to 3 weeks. First of all, so if you got health issues, let me set aside health issues. Let's set that aside. I'm talking about, this was just a decision that she chose to do, whether it's psychological, emotional, whatever the argument is. My argument is you have 2 to 3 weeks to show that you're actually working on fixing and addressing this, and not thinking that this is something that I'm going to indefinitely just be accepting. What I've said, and listen, my wife is fully aware of it too. After 3 weeks, you ain't got to talk to me no more about it. I'll address it. I'll address it, and I'll find what needs to be. If I choose to stay, it's not your business anymore how I choose to solve the thing that you don't want to deal with. That's my view on it. So, because I'm still going to do the other parts of my job, my role, if I'm choosing to stay, but this is an area where you don't want to commit anymore, so I'll get my needs addressed elsewhere. But if I choose to leave, then it's not your business anymore either. Now, if there's something going on that precipitated the situation, you cheated, you got caught doing something with a female or something like that, I can understand the stretching from weeks into a few months. But in the process, is she working with someone and working on addressing these issues so that can return to the relationship? If it's not, and this is just something that you want to hold on to and use as a weapon going forward, I'm out. Because at that point, you're not going to lord this over me indefinitely while staying in the relationship and getting all the other perks that still comes with me being here. but then the actual sex that would keep me here, you no longer have to offer. So you get all the perks and privileges of being a wife without actually having to show up sexually. We are expecting monogamy, which includes sexual exclusivity, but you're cutting it off. And I say that women that cut off sex are being unfaithful. So that's my argument with it.
Look at
Amen,
that, guys.
brother.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, but
I
doesn't that
love
make
that
sense
line.
though? But doesn't that make
Wow.
sense though?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Paul Elam, he uses the term self-respect a lot. He was, and guys, you have to have self-respect. You got to have boundaries. One of the points where when men have boundaries, they call it patriarchy or being toxic. But guys, let's watch this last clip, and then I got a storm's coming through North Kakalaki right now, and I don't want my internet to cut out. But here, guys, check this out quick, and then we'll here we go.
I'm going to say something that might be a little unpopular.
There, the glasses.
With the women over 40 trying to conceive crowd. Specifically, women 45 and older trying to conceive. Hi, I'm Grace. I had children at 44, 46, and 51. So I think I'm entitled to have an opinion.
That's a whole lot of tars running around.
Easter seals.
You guys know what her household
capable of it. Yeah.
You guys know what her household looks like. Come on, really? You guys don't think that those kids are actually normal, right? Come on, man.
I just want to say this one up there.
Huh?
I just got back. Where'd you dig this one from?
The depths of Hades.
I just want to say one crux of this entire problem with the women waiting. They live for the moment, but it's actually biblical because they're choosing to not build their home on stone. They're building it on misandry.
Oh.
Instead of sand.
Oh goodness, we got it, dude.
So I've been intentionally trying
Who keeps letting him in here, dude? Come on. Look at this guy. Come on.
Create a little bit more content
Okay,
on this
watch
app
this.
and some other apps about women over the age of 40, specifically the age of 45, having children. And because of that, I've been kind of exposed to a lot more content creators doing the same thing. And I am floored with the amount of creators out there, really what I think is offering false hope. And saying, hey, if you take this supplement, if you buy this guide, if you just, get the right amount of essential oils and this, bone broth, then, that you're going to be able to conceive and reset your hormones at a later life.
There you go, guys. There you go. Guys, speaking of that, guys, go and sub to Jeff's channel. Someone's almost at 100K. Let's go, man. Let's go. Guys, let's go over there. But Jeff, okay, so you are a medical professional. You see all this spirit woo-woo, foolishness with all these, chick buzzword stuff all the time in your field even. Mm-hmm. How does it feel as a trained medical professional to see these dunderheads like doing this on social media and like what,
I think that our field, meaning the psychology mental health field, it wasn't designed to actually recognize and really identify really concerning behavioral traits amongst the female population, because we're socialized to accept a greater degree of dysfunction amongst females in comparison to males. So I think that there's a far greater percentage of women that are operating heavily out of narcissism, out of psychopathy, out of trauma, out of, all the things that we experience, but it's not, when people say like, oh, they're spiking when it comes to it being on SSRIs and antidepressants and stuff like that, that's legit. But I don't think that how women are showing up, but it makes sense to me where it's like, well, if you've been socialized where it's like, you're the prize, he needs to chase you. Don't apologize to a man. Men ain't shit. They're all dogs. Like when you're socialized to kind of think like that and not have to apologize, but still get the perks of relationships or at least attention, that level of narcissism is a bubble that is so palpable to where it makes sense to me. I'm like, the only way many of these women are going to get it is when their genetic line ends with them. And I think that's the big takeaway that I've learned and realized that there's almost no amount of therapy for some of these women. There's no intervention that time and their inability to be able to have children will be able to teach them. So I think that's what it is that I've kind of observed, unfortunately, at the end of the day.
But how do you feel though that like anyone that has like a Facebook page or a TikTok can call themselves doctor or you know,
Dr. Cheyenne Bryan? Nah, man. What it revealed when it finally came out and she was exposed that she didn't even have a doctorate. I think what it revealed was that most women she didn't need one. In order for her to build her audience, in order for her to get that many, 1 million plus women to follow her and taking all this advice from a lesbian about how to do relationships with men, I think what it revealed is you don't need credentials. You don't need any actual expertise of any kind. You just need to tell women what they want to hear. And if you do that, you can make a lot of money. So, that's what I've discovered.
It was a grift, but she used all the right keywords all the time. And the right phrases. The way you want to hear it, she said it, basically.
That's the craziest thing about social media. Guys are less likely to get grifted, but I would say that we're more likely now because of social media, right? So like, I would say that anyone who's about 38 and up, we're good judges of competence, right? Like I can listen to Jeff and know, hey, look, he's a professional. He knows what he's talking about. Snowboarder's talked about his business and how he's, chopping down. I can tell he's a competent guy. You know what I'm saying? Seagrip, Trent. But guys, there are some of these guys, especially in our space. I'm glad that this is going away. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And we can just tell. And especially and I'm going to cover this tomorrow, guys, when I do my live stream with Camp Hustle tomorrow, where he was the guy who went viral for calling into Fresh and Fit and destroying Fresh on their stream. On it, he was just being honest. He was the guy who was like, Myron, you can just take you can take Fresh's sayings down to 4 buttons on your sound pad, and then you could take a mannequin and put a black trash bag over it. And that's all. And then you can just do the show by yourself. And Fresh was so mad, but it's true, guys. We can tell incompetence when we see it. But
but most grifters are a repeater. That use the same 20 words. Based the 20 key phrases and whatnot. And that was what algorithms pick up on and everything. And they say it in such a way that someone else who was competent, they say it as if they were them. And that actually works. Unfortunately, it does give, it does work a little bit. Like that other woman that her last name was Kate, her first name was Kate, the one trying to talk about the pregnancies. I think that is probably, I don't know if that's a grift or not, because it seems like it's not a good one to pick, but it's better to pick that one as a woman rather than a man. So she might develop her own niche of a grift doing that, but she's going to have to use certain key terms, which I can't think of any right now, but that's half of what this is online.
Check this out. Hey, Jeff.
Yo.
How many more subs do you think that you would have if you were pandering to women? Right.
Realistically,
you get 200,000.
Right now, probably 300-400.
Man,
I'm almost at 100 now, off of actually just being honest with women. And I'm honest about them. When I actually came in throwing men under the bus and doing the whole thing, 2 to 3 times that right now. I think would make sense.
So what you're telling me is, so we've been looking at this chick for the past several minutes. So you're saying I'll never go viral by saying this chick will never get any of my bone broth. I'm looking at her and I'm trying to find a reason, but nah.
Now, there's two ways to do it, because the 2 ways to do it is you either pander to them or you have to say something in the way that kind of almost humiliates them.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
The way that it kind of comes off. So when you kind of walk in between that, however it happens, it happens. So for me, but no one can accuse me of me not telling or telling things like women the actual truth or saying what I perceive that they're doing wrong relationally. I just say it in a way to where, you know, people can't say I'm cussing them out or calling them names, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I remember
like,
then you lose
like
your
I said,
professional status.
I can't.
In my opinion.
I remember how because look, guys, I always say I cuss him out and kick him out. On this stuff, I will never do debates, or I don't have the patience. I look at like Andrew Wilson and all this other stuff, or like people haven't they asked you to do debates, Jeff? To go to like debate con and all this other stuff. I don't know how you guys do it. I cuss them out because people.
No, I'm not. It's not. It's not. My view is, if I was to do one, it would be a really formal one with someone who argues in good faith.
Yes,
and
that's hard to find.
It's like, and A, that's hard to find, but B, I think that they're used to an environment where they assume everybody in this space doesn't read. So they assume that by making emotional arguments on the other side, that me actually quoting who it is that I'm referencing, and then when I ask the people who claim to believe certain things, and it reveals that, oh, you actually don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's terrifying for some of these people in the spaces. I don't come off like I'm cussing people out, calling people names. I'm being a very normal dude, but I think it's very clear that there are people who do realize that if they acknowledge me or speak on me or challenge me, I will invest a lot of time in destroying their arguments if they even have one.
As I got to jump in and say this. So this is when I knew, and I'm not trying to deride here, but this is when I knew you were special.
Hold on.
Use a different term, Secret.
Yeah. But no. No Diddy, Paul's no Diddy. But I remember seeing Jeff on Lapeef, and he was going against I think Bohemian and this other chick that were just literally and these chicks are like literally the most feral, rambunctious that you can ever deal with. And he found a way to literally shut them up, get them to listen, and take a step back. And it was like, whoa. I don't know if you remember this.
No,
this was
very
early. Yeah, it was very early.
It's like, I think what happens is guys do this in relationships too. Women say things because they're expecting a reaction. Because if there's a reaction, it means they got you. It's not about winning the argument. It's about getting you to respond in a way that shows that they want. And once you understand that piece, once you accept that that's the way they win, them winning an argument is not about them logically having a sound argument, conclusion, or anything, or even using reason or rationality. It's strictly about, can I get him to respond and emote in a way that shows, that makes it look like I've won. If he's screaming, if he's going back and forth, they'll even say in their mind, this is why they don't respect men that argue and go back and forth with women.
I see, great.
Right? So in their mind, you arguing with me means I've already won. I've already beat you.
It truly was a master class, sir. And when I like I said, I've been following you since day one, since I first saw you on that first podcast with those two Caucasian chicks. I'm not going to say their podcast, but that's when I first noticed you and been following you. And then when I saw you on the Lapeef and I saw how you handled those chicks, I was like, whoa.
You know what's weird? I think that most women don't respond poorly to me because all right, let's say like I'm gonna do a call-in show early August with women, probably Black women again, and it's going to be on, does body count matter? And I'm going to say that it does in front of this panel of 6 or 8.
You better bring a hard hat and a tetanus shot. That's a hard hat and a tetanus shot.
This is what the strategy. This is my strategy is going to be. I'm going to end up getting all their. I want to get all their votes. What does it matter, yay or nay? And then when they all say why they think it should or shouldn't, I'm going to say, now why do you base that? What do you base that off of? And 9 times out of 10, most people that are really passionate about that topic don't have an actual informed opinion about it. make arguments based off how they feel presently.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so
But
if
Jeff,
I
I
go
would
through,
say that it's on both sides, right? Because here's the thing, guys. I'm sorry to say this, to be the bearer of bad news, because you will never ever truly know what her body count is. Sorry, that's girls lie all the time, and this is a difference between Secret's generation, Secret, mine, Dante's, and Trent. He's a little bit older too. Guys, there's always been 304s, but they used to hide it. They used to, they weren't putting it out there on the internet, and then they would move to another city, reinvent themselves, and find Poindexters. You never, matter of fact, guys, I know for a fact that a lot of you guys that are on this panel, Jeff and Secret, you guys went back to the old neighborhood, and you were at a function, and there was some broad who you were banging, and she's like, "Hey, Jeff, this is my husband Steve," and you're like, "Oh snap, what up?" And he doesn't know, that freaking Jeff St. James was freaking Royal Rumble with this broad back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, I went to college, so I saw that all the time. We talk about, I've been experienced that. Like I got to shake, it was one of the things where I think you live and you learn, and some people it takes longer to just learn these things. But no, I'm not gonna bring any mace or anything. It's one of those situations where I don't even bring women on the panel that are too feral or like uncooperative. Like if you can't listen, I don't even platform you. So that's part of the other thing.
It's more powerful if you remain a professional that says kind of less and doesn't feed into it, because like you're saying, they just want to get the last word. And it's basically Pavlov's law, because they're dogs.
Hey, I have a question. I have a question for Secret. Hey, Secret.
What up, brother?
Was that a Freudian secret that you did earlier?
No, because look, at the end of the day, real recognize real, game recognize game. And like I said, when I saw this brother in early history, I'm like, yeah. This dude is something special, and I had to follow him from day one.
You can tell though. Okay, if a chick's been with a lot of one of those where she's been with a lot of people, it's public, and then people that That's the thing that girls don't realize. A guy can find out that his wife is a 304 from back in the day. Even if it's on another continent, like I know a guy where he married this Italian chick, right? And it turns out that his friggin' girl back at her little village in Italy was letting all the friggin' she was letting Mario
and pepperoni.
I know she was letting Mario and Luigi, shoot up the club. You know what I'm saying? So, but guys, girls need to understand. A guy will not wife a chick that's been with a bunch of dudes he knows. And a guy will say, "Man, I ain't wifing no 304, fine." Is what it is. The goal says more than 3 is basically not worth the chase, and less than that's rare.
Good
guys.
Luck with that. Yeah.
And what sucks is, guys, we are even on this panel, whatever we comparatively to the rest of the world, we are the highest earning, most valuable men on the planet. And we can't even expect to get a girl who's a virgin or has one body. Guys, why is it that there's dudes in sand countries that they get women that are like that? And they're friggin' cleaning up camel dung off the road, and they can go home to their wife who is a virgin and kids. Isn't that nuts to think about?
Remember, they also have comfort sheep and goats.
Ow.
More options.
That was bad.
Hey guys, put a thanks to Jeff for being
thanks, Jeff,
on the show. So I know that he had a dip because he had I think he has a live stream tonight. But guys, he has his Wednesday lives. That's the men's table. Guys, I'll probably be on those from now on. And those are usually Wednesdays at 8:30. Let me see. When's the next one? There should be one coming up. I'll drop the
link. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can I grab a question off of him real quick?
Oh, he left.
He's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Because
there are literally studies that show that women with lots of partners have lower fertility and inability to bond with men. This is medical fact.
Yep. Pair bonding.
Pair bonding is shot, and their fertility is deeply impacted. And those are real biological reasons why men don't want to be with women with lots of partners. It's biologically programmed into us. Over to you.
Yeah.
Plus, I can stick my hand in and still flip a coin.
Oh,
and I think this is totally irresponsible, and not because that it's not possible, because it is possible. I know women specifically, that had children naturally over the age of 45. But if you look at the overall numbers of the women having children in the United States specifically, that are over the age of 45 specifically, because it's a lot more possible between 40 and 44. I think 45 is when you see some significant drops.
45 is.
And again,
what are you talking about? Is she serious?
And there are those unicorns out there, but that should not be the norm. You shouldn't be selling false hope. But yes, is general health integral no matter how you conceive, whether you're doing IVF, own egg IVF, donor egg IVF, any of that. Your overall health is very important when you're looking at carrying a child and living long-term for that child as well. But the idea that if you just take the right amount of supplements and the right diet, and then you're going to have a baby later in life is just, again, so irresponsible. The numbers, the data, the facts just don't add up. And it's a money game. People are selling their hope. They're selling hope to women that are just, I've been there completely.
But that's the whole IVF industry, because she had IVF. So she's peddling the same BS. She's peddling the same BS, guys. Look at that. Guys, here, we'll do this last. Watch. Oops. Shit. Hold on.
No, she's peddling the same DS as in Down syndrome.
I got to get your husband something to eat. I don't give a fuck what me and my husband go through. I'm still gonna bring him something to eat.
There you go, Secret.
If it was up to me. You say what?
See?
He wouldn't eat shit if it was up to me. That's the difference between me and y'all. My husband still, whatever the fuck we go through, he still make sure them goddamn bills and shit paid around there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't give a fuck what the fuck we go through or what's going on. I make sure my motherfucking husband eat. That's why I got a husband and she don't.
Exactly.
There. Ding, 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 ding. What do I always say? Things are cooked when B-dubs are the voice of reason. Especially this ghetto dunderhead right here. You know what I'm saying?
My B-dub allergies are flaring up.
Glocktavia is making sense. Yikes. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, guys, let's do this. But anything else on this topic before we move on?
I think
it's the whole thing is generally unhealthy. You want to have kids, when you're younger, and it's mostly a woman's responsibility to kind of do that and take care of that. It's kind of selfish having them later in life because you decided to party and be a 304 in the streets and drink and do all this stuff for decades. And then at the last minute, you force some guy in to having a kid and having you're kind of having a half-ass family later in life too. They didn't build a strong foundation. I had an ex who was, I think she was like 35 or something. She had a kid maybe at like 37, but she was trying to have like a kid with me in like under a year. I was like, whoa, I'm done with this.
And my sister's still mad you're not calling her back.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think that guy even was with her an entire year before doing that. That's not a great situation for either person and to be a family. So that's another problem, but that's not your problem. That's the woman's problem. So all of this, it doesn't really create a healthy family because it doesn't have a strong, like, you know, bond before that. Doesn't mean it can't not work, but at the same time, the foundational principles and, like, you know, you got to date somebody through all 4 seasons, like, you know, in the seasons basically, but also you want maybe to see how they are if, like, you know, a family member dies or a pet dies or something like that. How are they going to handle that? And how are you going to handle it as like a unit? I think that's probably what Jeff's book is about, the different archetypal people. And if you like, so when women are desperate and they want to have a kid and a family, they're going to change themselves a little bit finally at like 38 or whatever to mold what you might want. So they can put on a show for a little bit, a few months.
Well,
you know,
Snowboard, you know what the craziest
and then that will go away. That will
you
go
guys know
away.
the craziest show that these women put on is right when they're about to nail the guy with a divorce. That's when they start giving him bee gibbers, cooking, cleaning, all to lull him into a false sense of security, and then they destroy his whole world. Isn't that sick? Isn't that terrible? That's how
I never thought of
demonic
that, but it
broads
makes
are,
a lot
dude.
of sense.
Yeah,
It makes a lot of sense.
But all right,
Yeah.
guys, this storm
They may have lost the battle, but they won the whore.
Oh, yeah, guys, I gotta head out because this storm is here, and my internet
batten down the
always
hatches.
conks out.
Be safe.
Hey, thanks for the she still thinks the yeah, guys. Thanks, guys. I'll be live. I'll be interviewing Camp Hustle tomorrow. Like I said, he went viral for completely destroying Fresh and Fit. So we're gonna go over that, and then he's a cool dude. So all right, guys, I appreciate you. Bye, guys. Take it easy,
brother. Secret, AJ. Catch you later.